Hey guys, it's Mo from Mo in the Deep End, and would you believe it? I got the day wrong on my dental appointment. Though in my defense, I swear to all that is holy and unholy, goodness and hoodness, that the lady that called to remind me of my appointment said today, which was, well, yesterday. She said tomorrow, which is today, which, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. At least allegedly. Look, it's very possible that I heard wrong. Possibly. Uh, I was a little hesitant when I first started putting out videos about kind of my journey and my feelings with CRPS, and that is chronic regional pain syndrome. That's the same thing that Maya Kowalski has. She tends to have it all over her body. I have it in my left leg only. So everybody has CRPS or chronic pain in different areas. So everyone is going to feel pain in different areas. Now you know. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Uh, and I was diagnosed, let's see, last year about this time. And it took me about a year, but I have kind of made peace with it. But today is a hard day because, not that you guys have ever seen it, but I used to have a superpower of remembering names, dates, facts, figures, all off the top of my head. Like, just I could pull them up. I never had a brain fart. It was amazing. It was my own little superpower. I could remember everything. It was awesome, and that's how I functioned. That was my normal for, well, I'm not going to tell you how many years, but let's say 25. Yeah, I am 26 years old. Allegedly, that's my story. That's my look as a sovereign citizen, allegedly for this purpose only for my age. That is the age that we are contracting together, and Fry is doing much better. But that was how I operated for most of my life. So now that I am on medication that makes it hard for me to recall things right off the top of my head, to have to write down notes, screenshot notes, send myself alarms to remember the notes that I screenshotted and wrote down. it's it's a new normal, and most of the time I am at peace with it. But today, when I walked into the office at the dental place, and she kind of looked at me like I was a little cray cray. Because to be honest, when someone comes in on a day that they don't have an appointment, and I walked out and they were all kind of giggling, which, granted, if I worked in an office and someone came in and it wasn't even their appointment time and they were on the wrong day, I might have a giggle. So no hate towards them. I totally understand. If I had to work in a hell that is an office instead of doing the fun stuff on YouTube, I'd probably laugh at things too. Um, it just it wasn't some of those one of those things I could just laugh off today. It struck me as not as funny as I generally I can laugh off absurdity and my own, quirks of my new normal. My new normal has taught me to be humble, has taught me to slow down and research things, to double check, to not be so sure of myself, to, ask questions, to not assume I know everything. It has had good things, but it also feels like a little bit of a loss of self. And maybe not a loss of a limb, but maybe like, okay, not your pinky toe, but that one weird toe that's right after the big toe that's either longer or shorter than your big toe, depending on, what kind of hobbit feet you have. Your your middle toe. It feels like I've lost that. So, it and that's okay. it is okay when you have something chronic, something that you're dealing with that you're mostly okay with, to have bad days, to have days where, it just doesn't settle with you, that you have a new normal. And that is quite okay. It it didn't used to be okay with me for a long time. I mean, look, it I didn't want to feel these feelings because goodness, who wants to feel bad feelings? Bad feelings are gross. Friberto, I am trying to have a real conversation. He's like, Mommy, I is feeling better. I is going to play. How about that? So I just wanted to share with you guys that, most of the time, I kind of go by the motto that you chuckle or you buckle, Let's laugh at something. Let's use humor to deflect. Look, this is not mental health advice. I am not a therapist. I'm sure, going to a therapist and talking would be a much better idea than using sarcasm and dark humor. Possibly. Maybe, but it's given me a peace about stuff. And just having good friends that understand. But there is an anger that the medicine that I take to keep my pain tolerable, to make it so that I can somewhat function, has taken away my one kind of superpower. And knowing that there's probably something natural or some other, drug that big pharma is just leaving behind that, probably doesn't have as many side effects, probably isn't as terrible on my body, with as many drawbacks, that would give me my superpower back of remembering all the things. Uh, But, the government doesn't want, the natural stuff because, whatever. And big pharma just wants to keep, you know, patients forever. It just, the options that we have as chronic pain sufferers suck all the donkey ding dong. And I don't know what we need to do to mobilize, but we have voices. And if all of us got together, someone has to listen to us. We matter. Our new normal doesn't have to suck, and shouldn't. I mean, we already have to deal with enough, and most of us have made peace with it. And that's good for our mental health, but we shouldn't have to deal with side effects that are honestly sometimes worse than what we're dealing with the pain. I mean, FFS, my favorite curse, saying. But at some point, and don't make me have to be the vanguard of this, because when I'm the voice of reason in the room, well, look, don't make me have to go sit in front of Congress in an awesome wig, actually. Do I get a wig budget if I go to Congress? Okay, let me get to my goal weight, have a really, really awesome wig, and I will go speak in front of Congress. We will take the million groaning march, and we will make these people listen to us because we matter. And you know what? Our lives should have as much quality as everyone else's. Just because we're in pain doesn't mean we don't matter. Doesn't mean we should have to laugh it off all the time. I mean, look, in the grand scheme of things, me not remembering every minute detail of everything, not huge. In fact, infinitesimal. But it's still something that I miss. And it's still something that's hard to deal with some days. And it is okay to miss things with your old life. And I think for a long time, I didn't let myself miss things because I wanted so much to be at peace that I refused to miss things and I just kind of chuckled things off. But I am learning on my journey through this, through finding more peace, and I have that letting some of these not okay feelings happen, not faking it till you make it, that's the better option. So don't fake it till you make it. Now, again, as I always say, I am no doctorologist. I'm not a therapistologist. I am no mental health expert. If you are struggling, please find someone with credentials to talk to. Please. I want everyone to get the help that they need. But in my personal experience, it is okay to not be okay, to laugh. You don't always have to laugh it off. Just faking it till you make it seems to be a way to get yourself into a big old breakdown when you finally realize you can't fake it no more. So, you know what? It's okay to have a couple, 1, 2, 5, 10 minutes of sad, maybe a whole day, you know, but don't wallow. There are amazing new things that you can do with your new normal. Life doesn't end. So, you know, your new normal might not be what your old normal was, and it won't be, but the new normal can be something special too. So, while it's okay not to laugh it off, your new normal has a bunch of possibilities. Look at me. I never thought I'd be doing this. I never thought I'd be on YouTube. So, while it's okay not to laugh it off, have hope that there's new opportunities. And if I have to, I will go in front of Congress in a fabulous wig, and we will tell these jackwagons that we deserve, things that help us, that actually work, and that don't make us feel like space cadet weirdos all the time. Because you know what, doggone it, quality of life matters. But please don't make me go in front of Congress. They're all weird and potentially Odinist lizard people. I don't know. I mean, Delphi has convinced me that they might not be lizard people, they might be Odinists, and it's rocked my entire worldview, so I don't know. But I assure you, there will be fabulous wigs. So, on that note, I'm going to let you go. You know what? Have a wonderful day. Say something nice to yourself and something nice to someone else. It might be the only nice thing that they've heard in a while, and it's been a hard couple years. Let's be honest. And 2024 seems to be front-loading for a marathon of cray-cray and a giant asteroid of shenanigans. So, the nicer we can be to our small circle of humans around us, the better the world can be in our little corner. I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, guys.